Hello, everybody. My name is Alex. I am the owner and lead soap maker here at Archer and Alex. And today we are going to be reviewing CandleScience. So, CandleScience is a brand that specifically creates fragrances for candle makers, but they do accommodate soap makers really well. And I've been wanting to try them for a while. So, what better time than now? So today we're going to be reviewing the fragrances that I selected. There's 13 here, and we're going to be talking about how easy it was to order from, the profile of the fragrances I got, and then in part two, we will be making soap using these fragrances to see how they perform in our cold process recipe. So without further ado, let's get into the review. To start off this review, we're going to talk about CandleScience and their website. So when I'm trying to find products that I'm using to make my soaps and other bath and body products, for me it's really important to be able to navigate through a website and not spend a whole bunch of time trying to find the things that I'm looking for. In my opinion, CandleScience did a really great job at filtering out these products so that I could find what I was looking for and what was going to be safe for me to use in soap easily. So on their website, they are geared more toward candle makers, but they do have a section on their website for soap safe fragrances, and that to me was super appealing. It was easy to know the way that these fragrances were going to interact with soap through acceleration, discoloration, if they were going to seize or rice in a batter. Also, like if they were going to just color. That's going to be very important for us as soap makers when we're trying to color our soaps. Knowing if this fragrance is going to color it or discolor it in a particular way before we go into using the fragrance. I liked their checkout process. Like, I know they use Shopify. Like, I've used Shopify, I've worked with Shopify websites in the past, and in all honesty, that checkout process is just super simple to use. As somebody who uses WordPress and WooCommerce, I've made my checkout process and some of my clients' checkout processes look like Shopify just because everybody uses it. Everybody knows how it works, but they do it well. They show you how your order is going to be broken up if they're shipping between multiple facilities, and they show you like comprehensive pricing on what shipping looks like. So you're not going to get to the end of your checkout and be like, oh wow, super surprised by how much you're spending in shipping. And they do it well with the fact that they bundle your shipping costs. So I actually got my order from two separate facilities, but they discounted the second order, so I wasn't paying gobs and gobs to get my order sent to me. As a small business, as a soap maker, that's super important, and I love seeing that they work with us when it comes to shipping costs.
Alright, so first up on our review, we have Matcha and Bergamot. So this is a newer fragrance that CandleScience has put out. I've been seeing it a lot on their Instagram. It has a 2 to 5% usage rate, and the top notes are bergamot, lemon, and orange, with a middle of green and black tea, and a base of wood and cream. So I'm gonna give this a quick little smell. Oh yeah. So this one I'm going to say is definitely very fresh and very herbal. You get that kind of cream note at the end, just with like that touch of sweetness. But this is definitely something that I would say you could use year round. It's very similar to the Earl Grey and Honey fragrance that we mixed for our Kaw Valley Harvest collection. I'm definitely going to be using this. I might use this in wax melts. I'm going to definitely use it in soap. But yeah, definitely will be reaching for that. The next one on our list is Suede and Smoke. So I wasn't really sure if I was going to like this one because I'm not a huge fan of super smoky fragrances. Like, I guess Nomad being the exception just because there's a touch of sweet. And so this one has notes on the top of leather with a mid of smoke and amorous, and then a base of moss and light musk. So yeah, you definitely get that nose punch of the smoke on the top. It's very earthy while also having like a little bit of floral to it. Definitely not bad. I would use this maybe in a blend of fragrances. And then you can use this 3 to 6% in cold process. I definitely might have to play with this. Like, I'm on the fence about it for sure. Next up, we have Blood Orange. So Blood Orange, I love citrus. I mean, my very first debut collection from Archer+alex was The Zest of Life. This one has a usage rate of 1 to 3% in soap, which is pretty typical for citrus fragrances. This one has top notes of grapefruit, orange peel, and lemon peel, with mids of green leaves, lemon, verbena, orange, lemon, mandarin, and pomegranate, and a base of vetiver, leather. I mean, let's give this a smell. Ooh. So, this is definitely one that needs to be bloomed in something. I would say like in a wax or in a soap, it's going to open up the fragrance so you get more notes of it. But it's very like fresh and spicy for an orange, but you definitely get kind of like that leather base, if that makes sense. Like there's just like a little bit of like a smoky muskiness with it. And it's like, for a citrus, it's very like deep. Most citruses are going to hit like those top notes for you. But for me, this one has a lot of like depth and base to it. I also apologize. Archer is in here as well. He had to be in here while I was filming. This next one, Lavender Driftwood. 2 to 6% usage in soap. The top notes are eucalyptus, marine, honeydew, and green leaves. And then your mid notes are going to be lavender and sage with base of cedar, amber, benzene, and cypress. Listen, I'm a big fan of all things lavender. And when I tell you, like, the first time I smelled this, it smells like Redken before they reformulate it. It has that like very nice spa-like quality to it, but it's like spicy and musky and rich. And like, if this is not in your fragrance collection, it should be. Like, this will make great soap, great lotions, beard oils. I would even say like home fragrance, so linen sprays and candles. Like, it's a 10 out of 10 for me. All right, next on our CandleScience review, we have vetiver. So vetiver is a naturally occurring, I guess like plant, and it's mainly found in like South and Central America. The notes on this one at the top are bergamot and lemon peel, with a middle of cedar and hemp and a base of amber, dark musk, and vetiver, of course. And when I like first took a whiff of this, like, I was trying to figure out what I was smelling. Like, you can definitely get the musk, you definitely get the hemp in there, and on the second smell, like, that's when you start to really get like the bergamot, the amber, the dark musk. Like, it is a really great fragrance. You can use it 3 to 5% in soap, which is really cool. I imagine this will discolor a little bit just because of some of the elements in there. But it's definitely one of those ones I say give it a shot, give it a try. And in my opinion, it's going to be really great for blending into fragrance blends. And I'm really excited to see how this performs in soap. Next we have ginger and spice. This one, off like first smell when I got these in last week, I was like, this is going to be very seasonal, and I was really surprised. So it has a 2 to 6% usage rate in soap, with top notes of lemon and orange, middle notes of ginger and sugar, and a base of vanilla, cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, and allspice. So like, to me, it's a very like, it does have those dessert notes, and I'm not a huge dessert fan, but I would definitely use this. So I would mix this definitely with like the blood orange fragrance, or even like a vanilla sugar cookie, or even Brambleberry has their cotton candy fragrance oil. I would definitely use it with that. Like, you would just open up and deepen some of those fragrances that are like very one note with this. You can use it 2 to 6% in soap. So it's really not bad. Like, it's sweet with a little bit of spice. Next up, we have Celle de Mer. I honestly am a sucker for anything like coastal fragranced or coastal themed. So the top notes on this one are cardamom and orange peel, with middle note of sea salt, and then a base note of palm, amber, light musk. Like, that sounds fantastic. And you can use it 2 to 6% in soap, so you're gonna get a lot out of this. Yeah, I mean, it is just so fresh. Like, it is definitely something I would use in a spa fragrance. This was gonna be amazing for lotions, I'd imagine. Bath bombs or bath melts would be really nice with this. It's very like fresh and uplifting. It's like clean linen, clean cotton meets like a sea or the ocean. Like, if you're working on your summer fragrances in your summer line, like, this definitely needs to be a part of it. And then we have oak moss and amber. Listen, I am all things wood. Oak moss, it is like absolutely stunning. This one has a 3 to 6% usage rate, so you're gonna get a lot of bang for your buck on this one when it comes to fragrance payoff. You have top notes of sage, orange, and grapefruit, a middle base of lavender, and a base of amber, tonka bean, and oak moss. I'm gonna give this a little smelly smell. Yeah, like, you definitely, it's a full experience with this one. You definitely get those fresh notes of lavender and moss and citrus, and you get like this spicy, like earthy notes of the moss and lavender and amber in there. Like, it is like a 10 out of 10 for me. I can't wait to try this in soap. It's going to smell so fantastic. We have cactus flower and jade. So this one has top notes of aloe and agave, middle notes of chrysanthemum, greens, floral, and green leaves, with a base of patchouli. So some people are going to really like those patchouli notes. I enjoy them. And you can use this one up to 6% in soap. Give this a little smell. Yeah, that's so fresh. Like, the best thing I can compare it to is my mom used to get this candle when I was a kid, and it was in her bathroom, and it had like those kind of like fresh linen notes, but then it was also kind of like sweet and citrusy at the same time. Like, I'll have to ask her, but this is very reminiscent of that. I would say this is definitely more towards the spa fragrance side of things. But honestly, you could use this starting now if you're doing like a later spring release for your collection, or even throughout the summer. Like, I definitely could see myself using this in like sea salt soaps coming up. It is fantastic. Next, we have black violet and saffron. You can use this up to 6% in soap with a 2 to 6% usage rate. It has top notes of bergamot and geranium, middle notes of rose, violet, and raspberry, and a base of saffron, leather, and vetiver. Give this a little... it smells so good. Like, I have here on my notes that it's like a smoky floral, and that doesn't even do it justice. Like, this is definitely one of those fragrances that you're going to have to use in a product to get like the full range of notes on it, and I'm okay with that. Next we got good old Sea Mist. There was a creator on Instagram that I saw talking about this, and I knew I had to get it. CandleScience posted them. If I can find the video that they did, I will definitely link it down below. But you can use this 3 to 6% in soap. It has top notes of ozone, sea salt, lemon, with the middle notes of orange blossom, green leaves, lilac, and jasmine, and a base of tonka and amber. Like, when I tell you, I'm a sucker for these sea fragrances. Like, yeah, like you definitely get the jasmine in there. Like, I tried using a jasmine fragrance not too long ago for a commission, and it just did not go well. Like, jasmine's so hard to use in soap, so I'm really hoping this one lets me go the distance. It smells fantastic, and I'm definitely going to be giving it a try with our test in next video. And then lastly, we have Black Sea. So Black Sea, you can use 2 to 3% in soap. It has top notes of petitgrain, ozone, middle notes of sea salt, plum, and eucalyptus, and a base of powder, sandalwood, and a dark musk. That smells absolutely fantastic. And honestly, I think I have a dupe of this fragrance. So coincidentally, there's another company called Midwest Fragrance Company, and they have a Black Sea fragrance. A lot of these fragrance companies go to wholesalers and just buy fragrances from them. They probably share a similar supplier, but this is a dead ringer for that. I use this fragrance in our Nebula Bath Froth Bombs, and it's fantastic. Like, you definitely get the notes of the plum in there, you get the ozone, you get the sea salt. It's just like so fresh and uplifting. I'm a big fan of this. I honestly can't wait to see how this particular one performs in soap. It has a little bit less usage rate than the one that I've gotten from Midwest Fragrance Company. But if it performs the same, then it's going to definitely be good to know that that's another route that I can go to get fragrance if they happen to be out of this one. All right, and so the last fragrance, this one's kind of like a mystery. What I did was I wanted to see how these fragrances blended, and I've been kind of looking for a new companion for our Nomad sea salt soap. So what I did is I took blood orange, oak moss and amber, and where is it at? And vetiver, and I blended them together. I'm not gonna give everybody the recipe for this one. I kind of want to play with it before I like full bore give away the secret to it. But honestly, I mixed it together in a old Brambleberry fragrance bottle that I had, and it smells so good. So you definitely get the notes of the blood orange, the notes of the oak moss. The vetiver is like super deep on the base, so like it's one of those notes that like really anchors it down, and you get that fragrance towards the end of your smell experience. Doing some calculation, I'm going to be able to use this one at about 3% usage rate, and I think if it goes well, we're going to be able to name this fragrance Atlas. So we're going to give this one a try in the next video and see how it goes.
So I hope you enjoyed our review of CandleScience. I can't wait to get to the next video and show you everyone how we're going to make these little soap samples and our cool, exciting announcement. This video is not sponsored. I use my own money to buy these fragrances, and honestly, well worth the investment. So until next time, can't wait to see ya. Toodles.